In the last lecture, I showed you that we have a valid setup to show this installed banner to the user. But I also mentioned that maybe you don't want to show it as early as possible. This assumption here of Chrome, that this is a good point of time, is of course just like almost a random guess. Of course some thought went into this, because if a person revisits your page, they probably like it. But you might know better. For example, in our web application, maybe the chance for a user to actually accept the installation prompt is much higher once you click this plus icon here to add a new post. Maybe this enhances our chance. So maybe we want to show the banner at this point of time. Now we can only show it if these criteria here are met, but we can prevent Chrome from showing it after this criteria here and show it at a later point of time. For example, if the user visited a second time after 5 minutes and after he clicked this button. So let's implement the code we need for that. So I'll switch back to my code and we implement that code in the app.js file. In there, I want to save this install banner to show it at a later point of time. I can react to the event that Chrome wants to show it with an event listener, which I register on the window object, so on my browser window. There, the event I want to listen to is the before install prompt event. Make sure to not mistype it. This is fired or triggered by Chrome right before it's about to show that install banner. So in the function here, we get an event, which basically is this install banner event. And here, we can, for example, prevent the default. So this basically means now Chrome won't show the banner. I will also log something in the console before we do so. I will say before install prompt fired, like that. Then we also prevent the showing of this, and now I want to show it at a later point of time. Now for that, I'll store it in a variable. I'll create a new variable at the top here, which I'll name deferred prompt. And I will store the event in this variable. So deferred prompt is equal to event. Then I'll return false to not do anything upon this event. Now we wanted to do something once the user clicked the plus icon, which is the case here in the feed.js file. There we have this share image button event listener. The share image button simply is the button here. This button, which is this plus at the bottom right corner. So there we call openCreatePost modal, this function here. So it's in this function that we could show this prompt if we wanted to. Now to do so, I will first have to check if we already did have a chance to show it, because we can't show it on our own. We need to have Chrome at least try to do so. Here I'll check if deferred prompt is set. So if this is null or undefined, this will not execute. Inside this code, which is only executed if deferred prompt is somehow set, I can now call deferred prompt, the prompt method, which will now show this banner. Again, this is only possible since Chrome already tried to do so earlier. Then, as a next step, we can see what the user picked by adding deferred prompt, user choice, then. So user choice is a promise, and here we'll execute a function which will give us the choice result. So this function is executed once the user made a choice, and choice result basically gives us information about which choice that was. Now with that, I can first of all console log the choice result outcome, which is basically a string describing the choice of the user. And of course I can check for it. I can check if the choice result outcome is equal to dismissed, which is the case if the user clicked the X, the close button. In this case, I can say user cancelled installation. Of course, that's a pity, and we actually can't show the prompt again because we only have one chance. Well, but we did our best. User can still add it through the menu, of course, with add to home screen. And this is, well, what we have to go with. But of course, we can also have the success case here, where we can then console log user added to home screen. This, of course, is the case we're looking for. Now, in any case, what I'll do at the end is I'll set deferred prompt equal to null because we used it, we can't use it again, so we had our chance, this is the code we want to execute. With that, I'll save this, and we can now test this and see if we can actually control the way the prompt is shown as we hope to do. For that, I'll go back in my remote developer tools, and there, first of all, I need to do something. I need to clean the site data by clicking the I, site settings, and then clear and reset, because Chrome of course still has saved that I did dismiss this banner. Now I can revisit the page, and I should be able to click Add to Home Screen again. And you do see the before installed prompt was fired. Actually was fired twice because upon the reloading Chrome already tried to show me the prompt. Now watch what happens if I click the plus. You see, here I get this banner. And if I do click Add here, we see accepted was the choice, user added to home screen is the log we print. So this is now working. Now we can control how this is shown, how the prompt is shown, when it is shown, and we can try to show it at the best possible moment. So here we already take advantage of having a service worker, because now at least we can show this prompt, and we'll soon add much more logic with service workers. It's great that we already can prompt the user to add this to his home screen though, because that is where we want to get with our application.